Alright, hey guys, we are here with a playthrough of Vantage, finally. Actually, it's pretty crazy. This thing came really fast. I ordered it on Wednesday when it went live, and I got it on Saturday. It's the benefit of being physically near their distribution center. So, I did get the game, though, so we're going to be doing a playthrough today. I didn't get the... I did order the upgraded components, things like that. However, they weren't ready yet, so I unfortunately didn't. I don't have them yet. But the next playthrough we're going to be doing, I'll have all the upgraded stuff, so you guys will be able to see that. But I was really excited about this game. Wanted to get a playthrough out for you guys. So I've kind of did a little bit of setup here, and I've already gotten my character. But I'll go through everything for that, and then we'll kind of start and go through this whole thing together. So let's just kind of start here. This is going to be, of course, you guys know the adventure game from Stonemaier, and yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't done a full playthrough yet, so I'm really excited to share this experience with you guys. One thing to note, if you guys have seen other playthroughs, there have been some instances where the books are shown on camera. I'm going to avoid that and just read off the passages, just so that there isn't any spoilers for any other cards, things like that. I'll do my best to just keep everything confined to what I'm experiencing, you guys will be experiencing as well. So we have our player board here, or the game board here, and then we have our play area with our character. We are going to be Soren, the navigator. So kind of just a little bit about the cards. We can store dice here when we do our challenges, and depending on different parameters, like the type of action or the symbol that comes up, we can store them on different cards in our play area. When we get this card, we can place 2 boost cubes. Anytime we can spend boost cubes for additional things. So in this case, we can spend 2 boost cubes for a money or to take a move action. And then we can re-roll one of our challenge dice, and we'll gain a purple skill token if the result is unchanged, or we can transfer one card into our grid from our reserve. So we're going to get our 2 boost cubes, which place them on our card. All right, so weeks after receiving a mysterious signal from the Traveler, your ship arrives into orbit. On an uncharted planet, create the total challenge dice pool using 8 dice plus 2 per player, so we have 10. The dice here are going to have different symbols to basically give us negative effects to our health, our time, and our morale. If any one of those things get to 0, then we might lose the game. Another face is this. This is setbacks, which aren't negative. However, they go back to the pool. And then we have this nothing symbol, which means blank, which is good. And so when we use dice, any that we don't place on our cards in our grid will go down to here. So ultimately, that's where the spent dice will be going. Setbacks will go back to the pool. And whenever we get to a point where we don't have any dice left, if we need to roll 4 dice and there's no dice left in the pool, we'll refresh by taking everything off of our grid, everything out of the penalties section, and then use that to refresh the pool. So, and that's kind of the core loop of the game, where we're going to be kind of just seeing how long we can go without having to do that. So we've already done number 2 here. Each player gains a different skill. So I did this randomly off screen. And we do our when placed ability, which is get our 2 boost cubes. Each player sets the time, morale, and health tracks to matching their character color. And we're going to do daring because that's the recommended setup. So everything on 4, excuse me. And then it says the first player gains 2 skills at random and places the matching mission in the center. They roll, if you roll pairs, you can re-roll to get easier mission. Then everybody goes to location 001, which is found on the back of the Book of Secrets. So anytime you get a random skill, you're going to roll some of these dice. We're going to roll 2 because we need to decide 2 things at random. And we've got orange and yellow. And kind of go over all the things. Purple is look, blue is move, orange is engage, yellow is take, red is overpower, and green is help. Different things will come up with those different, there'll be that kind of general thing, but there'll be a different technical description. So we got the yellow and orange, so that's going to take us to location 1579. Or not 1579, it's going to be mission 1579. 1579. Here we go. I'm not 1579. 1597. I'm so sorry. 1597. $15.97. Okay. Here we go. So have at least one item with a value of 15 or more in your grid or your reserve. If you do, read 1597 in the Book of Secrets. So we got to perform one last heist. Okay. Which my guy is going to be like looking at stuff, so it seems kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's go to location 001, which is here. The ship malfunctions. You have seconds to escape. Each player gains a different skill, select or randomize, place the matching location in their location holder, and simultaneously follow the instructions on that card, so we'll go to one of those places. Each player should now have 2 skill tokens, and the first player should have 4. So we'll have 4. So we're going to take a random one again. Orange. Okay. And that's going to give us location 004. All right. Your escape pod seals tight, ejecting towards the planet in a completely different direction than the others. Gain 2 random skills and crash into the matching location. You may reroll pairs from each location. Keep this in your holder. So we would normally, in a multiplayer game, have this sort of propped up to cover the back of the card that we're looking at. However, because we're playing solo, we don't really need to do that. So I'm going to roll again, and we're going to see where we're landing. Okay, so we're going to get 2 more skill tokens. And we're going to land on location 737. 737, okay. Oops, 737, come on. Which from that picture looked a little, maybe snowy? I don't know. I guess it's not snowy. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we landed. It's actually a really beautiful beach. A sentient sobs as they hang laundry outside their island home. Enter is always available, so we can always do. So just to kind of note here, when we're at a location, we can only take an action at that location once per session. So if I take the greed action or the spy action, I will never be able to take that action again at this location. However, this is a caveat to that where it says enter is always available, so I'll always be able to take that action, even if I've already taken actions here. Another thing to look at here is this compass. This will tell us which directions we can travel in. If it's a number, it's just a 1 cost move action, so we'll run challenge die, and then we'll take that movement action. If it's a star, we have to pull up the book, and it'll tell us what the challenge thing is there. So I guess we're landing here, and we're going to see what's wrong with them. So let's go ahead, and we have got 2. So I want to console them. However, it might be kind of wild for me to just walk up on somebody. So I can greet them, but maybe they want to talk to me. But I have 2 orange tokens, so greeting them could make the challenge a little bit easier. I feel like spying on somebody crying is kind of messed up. And I'm not going to rob them. That's awful. That is terrible. Let's console them. So we're going to console them. So we're going to take the book. It's the help book because it's a green action. We're going to go to the passage for 737, and I'm going to read that section to you guys. And again, I'm not going to show it on camera just because I don't want to spoil anything for any other sections for anybody else. So 737, and in a multiplayer game, someone else will read this while you take the action. All right, so console the sentient. It's going to be a roll. It's going to be a 3 roll. So I'm going to roll 3 of these dice. And when we start placing more cards on a grid, different symbols and different colors will let us place depending on the action we're taking. So when we roll here, because we are a purple, we have a purple thing there. That's not going to really help us, but if we do get a time one, we can stick it on there and prevent ourselves from losing time. So we're going to roll 3. If I did have a green token, I could spend that to reduce the cost of rolling the dice, so I can make it to where I don't have to roll 2. But we don't have any, so we're going to roll. All right, so we've got a heart, we've got the setback, and we've got this. I'm going to go ahead and stick this here. That's great. I'm going to take the damage, and I'm going to do the setback, which goes back to the dice pool. Okay, so we're on 737. The sentient appreciates the gesture. I can't believe my dear timber is gone, they say. And just days before the annual fishing challenge, they haven't lost in years. Would you like to come inside for a few minutes? I can make tea. Gain 1 boost, and you may go into the to interior 588. So we're going to take a boost token, and we're going to go to 588. So put this card back. Go to 588. Is that what I said? Yes, 588. Okay. Oh, it's a wonderful little house here. So it says repairs to the vacation home, perhaps related to the stain on the floor, seem to be underway. So I can exit, which would be leaving. I can search, I can talk, I can purify, I can steal, or I can raid. Since we have some orange tokens, why don't we talk? So that's going to be the orange book here. We're going to talk to him. Since I've got enough skill tokens, we can make this maybe a decently acceptable challenge for ourselves. So talk is going to be 5, empathetically with the grieving occupant. Talk empathetically with the grieving occupant. So we're going to spend both of ours to only roll 3. Let's see what this gives us here. Whoops. We did have that. I am going to store this here. We're going to get this here. And I'm going to spend a boost token to reroll this star. And it's a return. Okay, cool. So we've done that. So we've completed that. You may respectively remain on the outskirts of the cottage, showing the owner you mean no harm. Choose one. We can help the sentient solve the mystery of a murder that happened here. Gain quest 1645 and added horizontally to your supply. You may continue. Continuing lets us take an additional action in that same location. Or entertain the sentient and give them a momentum of your travels. Lose 1 flora, animal, or item from your grid or reserve. The sentient appreciates the distraction. Okay, so we don't have an item, so we have to help them solve the mystery of the murder. So we're going to gain 1645. Okay, 1645. Oh my god, it's a blood stain on the ground. That's awful. The partner of the wood sentient was murdered in their vacation home. When you're ready and on location 588, declare your top suspect, shipwright, fisherman, or recruiter before reading 1645 in the Book of Secrets. Okay. I guess we're going to solve a mystery. All right. Okay. So we can continue, which means we can take actions. Now, we've seen actions taken on location cards. However, we can take actions with our quest or a mission. We can take actions on our card, and we can take actions on other cards. I'm going to inspect. I'm purple. That should help me do some stuff. So we're going to inspect. So we're going to inspect. So 1645. It's going to be a 4-cost challenge. So we're going to roll 4 dice here. I am going to spend 1 to reduce that to 3. And it says inspect the crime scene. So let's roll. Now, if I do get, I can place one of my purples here, which would be really nice. Okay, so we're going to take these 2 here, and this purple will get placed there. Doing that gets me a boost cube. Nice. Okay, the victim is wrapped in sailcloth, and their partner hesitantly allows you to look take a closer look. Saying that no one has seen the body but them, they haven't discussed it with anyone. Despite the volume of blood on the floorboards, the wound is narrow and shallow, about the length of your forearm, a clean cut. So the fisherman, the recruiter, or the shipwright. I don't really know what a shipwright is, but that's, a sailcloth? Maybe that's a shipwright? I don't know what a shipwright is. They build ships. Based on the wound, I can't really tell either. We could ask. Asking could be a difficult challenge, though, but we could try to ask, maybe. Let me just read that last section there. Despite the volume of blood on the floorboards, the wound is narrow and shallow. About the length of your forearm, a clean cut. I guess since we have the stuff here, we'll just ask. Because that's how we're going to know anything. So we're going to ask here. And asking, so 1645. It's a 3. It says ask the suspects a question. So we're going to roll the 3 dice. We'll see what we get here. Okay. I'll take this. I'll take this and lose the time. It's going to talk, and this goes back to the challenge die pool. Each suspect knew the victim and was seen in the area around the time of the crime was committed. You asked them why they were there and received the following answers. So to the shipwright, we asked the shipwright, I swear it wasn't me. Why would I kill the best mechanic in the area? I drifted by here this morning so Timber could take a look at the motor I'm fiddling with. Damn thing is so loud and even Timber couldn't get it to quiet down. The fisherman, I can't believe they're gone. Just yesterday we went fishing together in the bay and Timber caught a big old pike. Hey, a pike. Ironic how That could also be the murder weapon. They couldn't stand the sight of blood, so I cleaned the fish and dropped it off this morning. The recruiter, I'm offended that my integrity is being called into question. I'm here to solve the murder, too. Sorry, that inflection was odd. Timber was one of my top recruits. We had a friendly sparring session at the time I was here, last time I was here, but it was all good fun. In fact, I left my bone sword here. You can see there isn't a speck of blood on it. Bone sword? Bone sword. That sounds like a cut, right? But I don't know. He said there's not a speck of blood on the bone sword. Does this picture give us any detail? Let's take a look at the picture again. Does this give us any additional detail? Not really too sure. I mean, we can steal that mechanics thing. But he was wrapped in sailcloth with a thin wound. So a pike could do it. A bone sword could do it. Surely the motor couldn't have done it, right? Again, I'm not really sure what the recruiter is, but the fisherman... I don't know. The recruiter seems to give me suspicion based on the fact that he's offended by the question. And they were arguing. Okay, I'm going to declare the recruiter. So when you're ready and on location 588, which we are, declare your top suspect. I'm going to guess the recruiter before reading 1645 in the Book of Secrets. So we have... that's the Book of Vantages. Where's our Book of Secrets? That is the rule book. The book is so secret, I don't know where it is. Here we go. We have a Book of Secrets here. So we're going to read 1645 in the Book of Secrets. If you accuse the fisherman of murdering Timber, the repairman, you are correct. I did not. I did the recruiter. Timber had dominated the local fishing contest. Oh, duh. She said he never lost. Dadoy. In recent years, unknowingly embarrassing the fishermen. To eliminate their top competitor, the fishermen used Timber's own pike to slit their throat quietly. Oh my god. That is awful. The other two suspects' alibis included loud activities, and Timber's partner hadn't told anyone that the fact that the wound looked like. Oh, duh. She did say that nobody knew, and he specifically said it looked like... Yes, okay. I'm dumb. Clearly not a detective. I'm a navigator, not a thinker. The Timber's partner hadn't told anyone the fatal wound looked like. The fisherman's key mistake was revealing that they knew the murder weapon. If they had an accurate accusation, gain either the innocent sentience. If you already have either of them, fill it with a boost. Whether you solve the mystery or not, rotate the quest and add it to your grid. Okay, so this gets added to my grid. So when we take a purple action, we'll be able to add a thing there. And if we take an action interacting with somebody of this type, we'll be able to add that there. So it's to our grid. We're kind of done here, so we're going to go ahead and move on. I can move back to 737, and I've already taken action there, so we know, or I can move somewhere else, and I'm going to move that other place. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to move to the other place. Oh, dude, I'm such a whack detective. Okay, so we're going to move to the star, which means we take the book, the movement book, and find where we're going, which is north. So we're going to wade north after exiting out the back, taking the farthest item as you leave. It's going to be a 3 roll. So because we have to refresh this, we're going to take the dice. Do that. Do you want to spend one of these to make it 2? I think I do, just to be safe. Okay, so we can set that time there, and this gets set there. Nice. So for 588... we wade north after exiting out the back, taking the farthest item as you leave. You toss the fishing net over your shoulder as you leave the island. Gain item 911 and exit to 738. All right. So we're going to take item 911, which is a fishing net. So during fish, roll an extra skill die. So whenever we can take that action fish, we can roll an extra skill die. So that, I guess, makes it harder. And then if we take a catch action, we can place that there. And then if we spend a 3 roll with a green, we can craft a more advanced item, reserve this, and gain a small fish trap, a spring trap, or a vented jacket. But we're going to place that. I think we're going to place that here. And then we're going to location. I'd already forgot. 738. Okay. 738. All right. So a city built on and around the wreckage of an enormous ship, which is really pretty. Enter is always available. So we can enter, we can search, we can interact, we can assist, we can hijack, we can force. I got 2 skill tokens, which kind of bums me out. So again, we can fish. So during fishing, roll 1 extra skill die. Seems a little tricky, but we do have a red token, so we could fish while we're here. I guess we might as well, right? So let's fish. So we're gonna fish. Hunting gear. Oh, and by the way, we need to have at least one item valued 15. This is only valued 2, so that's just to kind of keep that in mind. So we're gonna fish. This is 911. So it says fish for food, used only on a location with water, which I think this is a location with water, and it's gonna be a 4 roll. Roll 1 extra skill die. So, do I want to spend this to make it 3? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, we can set this here. We can return this back and we'll lose the morale. That's fine. Roll 3 skill die up to 3 times, always rolling all dice. Roll 1 die if you pay a maximum of 1 boost cube from a food or flora. Based on the number of overpowers in the final result, gain the following. Oh, hold on. Yeah. So hold on. So I rolled this, this, and this, right? So it says based on the number of overpower in the final result. Which I guess, does that mean just... That's a weird way to word that. Like things I'm taking. So I think it's 2, right? Oh, no, in the final result. Oh, no, it says, so this is me rolling. Okay, so this was me rolling for the action. Sorry, so I rolled for the action, so we're done. So that goes back, that goes there, and I lose that. Then it says roll 3 skill dice up to 3 times, always rolling all dice. Roll 1 extra dice if you pay a maximum of 1 boost from a food or flora. I didn't do that. So we're going to roll 3 skill dice. Based on the number of overpower in the final result, gain the following. 0, you don't catch anything other than a brief glimpse of a fish, gain a boost cube. 1, catch a small but savory fish, gain a health. 2, catch a medium fish, gain a boost cube and a health. 3, catch a large fish, gain item 12, 26. 4 plus. How do I do that? Oh, if I had a flora or fauna. So it'd be giving it basically... It'd be basically giving it, what do you call it? Bait. Okay, we're going to re-roll because we can roll up to 3 times. Oh, no, skill dice. That's these, right? Hold on, let me double check that. That's such a... Skill dice, I'm so sorry. Oh, roll 1 extra skill die. So I get to roll an extra skill die. Okay, so I get to roll an extra skill die. I'm so stupid. Okay, so during the fish action, we roll an extra skill die. Okay, so these are the skill dice. So for every overpower result... we get to do something. We have 2 overpower results. It says if I want to re-roll, roll 1 extra die if you pay a maximum of 1 boost. And then it says always roll all dice. I think I'm going to take this. So we get 2. So it's catch a medium-sized fish, gain a health, and a boost. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, I'm figuring this out with you guys. Okay, so we fished there. I don't think I want to craft anything, so I think we're going to just check out this location here. And why don't we search? While we're here? Oh, dear. Okay. I feel crazy. I crashed on a planet, tried to solve a murder mystery, missed on who it was, and now I'm fishing. So 738. It's going to be a 4 challenge. Search for a secret entrance. Okay, so 4. Okay, so we can put this here. We can store this here because it's a purple action. That gets us a boost cube. We can store this here because that's a purple action, and we can return this to the pool. So 738. As you wade toward the city, you follow the shoreline to an open-air tiki bar. If you enter, gain 1 engage. Go to city 527 and continue with engage talk action. Otherwise, go to city 527. Let's do it. Let's gain an engage, and we'll do the talk action at 527. What? The card's horizontal or vertical. So here's the card. Cool. This is cool. Galleon Village is a cozy coastal resort town occupied by a wide variety of tourists. And of course, we took the thing, so we're going to take the talk action. Yeah, if you enter, gain 1, go to the city 527, and continue with the engage talk action. So we're going to talk to these folks here. 527. All right. So talk 2. It's going to cost us 2 cubes. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think I need to spend something. So talk with the tipsy patrons at the tiki bar. Yeah, I think we'll be fine rolling the 2 for that one. Okay. We're going to, I guess, now I have plenty of boost cubes. Let's reroll. We'll spend a boost to reroll. I'd like to also spend a boost to reroll. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, there we go. So everyone in the festival mood, everyone's in a festive mood at the tiki bar. Choose 1 or gain 1 boost. So we can pay $1 for a drink for ourselves. We can pay 5 for a round of drinks. We can sell from our inventory, lose up to 2 cards from our grid, reserve, or supply, and gain their coin value. Guess I'm going to take a boost because I don't really have anything I want to sell. So we're going to take that boost. It says you may perform multiple actions here, 1 per turn. So I can take another action while I'm here. We've already talked. We could relax. We want to enter. If we relax, I guess maybe we can access. We have a yellow. So maybe we want to access. I don't even know where we are. I felt like we went on that beach, talked to that crying lady, went out the back, took her net, and then went fishing. I mean, I'm so completely lost. Let's, or what do we have here? We can equip. We can equip an item for ourselves. Let's do that while we're here. Let's equip. So we're going to equip with ourself, which is going to be the Green Book 1436. So we're going to go to the Green Book 1436. It's a 4 equip, so it's going to be 4 here. And I don't have any green things, so this is going to be equip your binoculars, perform the action at most once per game. All right, we'll take those here. We'll lose the health because I have the health to lose, and this gets returned, and we're going to get our binoculars. So the binoculars offer a fresh perspective of your surroundings. Gain item 1300. Come on. Okay, here's our... Oh, I grabbed too many things. That could have been bad. Here's our item. It's a device. So when we take a... Oh, so we have a little bit of options here. In terms of, like, if we take some other actions, we can store some things there, which is really nice. So when we take a purple action, we'll put a boost cube there, and then we can spend 2 boost cubes to gain a purple or gain your first personal objective. Okay, and I guess I'll stick that here. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll stick it right there. Nice. Okay, so this isn't the action at the location. This is just an action that we've taken on our card, and we can only do it once per game. It's fine. All right, how about let's try to access. We have a yellow token. We might as well try. Maybe it'll be something relatively easy. Although if we do something else, we at least have some places to put some stuff. Like if we tried to navigate, we have 3 spots to navigate. Ooh, maybe I want to navigate. Yeah, actually, let's navigate. I think that's a better option. We've kind of leaned into purple. So we're going to navigate. It's 527. If we don't like it, this location lets us take more actions here, so we could do that. But let's do 527. So it's going to be a 4 cost for navigating. It says navigate to the busy village towards a tour guide. So it's going to be 4. I'm going to take that 4. Okay, that for sure can go there. Oh, we can do all these. Boom. Boom, boom. There's 2. That's that, and there's that. Cool. That was really nice that we got to just not have to suffer from anything. So it says we can you find a tour guide poring over a map. Choose one. Pay $4 to gain the map. I don't have money. Quickly look at the map. View page 19 in the book Advantages, or listen to the tour guide. With a wink, they speak of a mysterious magical island to the south. Gain 1 boost, 1 move, and quest 1686. I think we're going to do that. We're going to gain a boost. We're going to gain a move. Which aren't we... Wait, I don't know if we're supposed to go south or not, so I guess we're going to go south. And gain quest 1686. And it's going to be added to our stuff horizontally. So it's not going to go into our supply. It's not going to go into our grid yet. So 1686. You hear rumors of a great power found on a hidden island in the ocean. Find the Amulet of Vitality. Have the Amulet of Vitality if you do read 1686 in the Book of Secrets. So this is a quest. Okay, well, that was fun. We have a lot of rerolls, so I think let's try to access. Since we have an action here, let's try to access. And again, we can only do this because we're at this location that allows us to do this. So normally we'd have to move on, but we're chilling here for right now. So 527. It's going to be a 2. Access a geothermonuclear pool. So it's going to be a 2. We'll spend the 1 to roll 1. Okay, perfect. It says steam rises from the thermal pool. Choose one. Bathe in the warm pool to gain a morale, or extract the crystal from the pool bed to gain item 1163. I think I gotta get the item, right? 1163. 1163. I feel like the item's important because then we can store stuff. Ooh, item, green crystal. Pure jade mirror. So it's worth 5. We need 15. We need 15, so it's not quite there yet. Refine into a gem, reduce the cost by 1 paid, and then replace it with 1169. So I can get some boost cubes on there, then we can make this something real cool. Okay. Do we want to move on, or do we just kind of want to hang out here? So I can spend the 2 to maybe reduce the action of my thing. So we want to move south, I think. So I think we're going to go to 738, which I think that's where we came from, right? So I'd have to go south again. So we're going to go to 738, which is going to cost us 1 move here. So we'll roll. And it's a heart, and since it's a move, we can stick that right there. And then we'll go to 738. Yeah, so we're back to here. Since we've taken an action here, we can take enter, but we're going to also move south again, given that we want to check out where this thing is. So we're going to move south, which is going to be go into the book for that, which is right here. Okay, so 738. It says to wade south towards a tiny island. It's a 3 cost skill. Or it's three check. So we're gonna roll for it because there's only one. And then I can store a blue here, hourglass there. So I think it's fine. Unless I want to spend this to make it 2. Maybe we do that. There's only one left anyway, so we have to refresh no matter what. Okay, there's a time. I'm going to spend a boost cube to re-roll this. And it's a heart, and we'll stick that there. Okay, nice. So we take nothing. Again, 738. We move south toward the tiny island. The netting around the island prevents you from getting too close, but you can stand in the shallow water. Go to 737. And that's where I started. So I just went in a circle. Okay, we're gonna go to We're gonna go south again and go to 477. So I'm gonna spend 2 boost cubes to just get that movement and not have to. I'm going to spend the 2 boosts to get that movement. So we're going to do that. Go to 477. Yeah, 477. Maybe I can approach the island a different way. Yeah, it did say 4. Yeah, I'm just making sure it said 477. Yeah, okay. So, let's check this out. We've got this guy hanging out up here with us. Have you heard the expression, home is where the heart is? Just northwest of here? That's quite literally true for me. So we went south. So northwest. Interesting. Do I want to consult him or listen to him? If I listen, that's a lot of spaces I could fill up. And then maybe we can travel to 476. So let's listen. We're going to listen. Okay, 476 or 477. Listen. It's just a 1. So it's going to be listen to the traveler. Oh, nice. That works perfect. Okay. The traveler speaks in riddles. There was a time when I would have given anything to visit a place like this. But that was once freedom. But what was once freedom has become my eternal prison. I'm glad you answered my call, but I fear I've trapped you here as well and cannot stand. And that cannot stand. You can send a rescue signal from the crashed ship to the northwest. Gain 2 boosts and Destiny 1598. Place in the center. Gain 2 boosts. 1598. $15.98. Triangulate a rescue signal. So this will be a Destiny here. And it says transmit signals from 3 different towers. Keep tokens here. It says keep track with tokens here. If you do, you can complete the Destiny by reading 1598 in the Book of Secrets. Okay, so one thing I didn't mention, but if we complete our mission or a Destiny, we can win the game, or we can get an epic win by doing 2, by doing 1 of each. So that is an end game kind of trigger for us here. All right, let's travel. We need to go northwest. I want to check out this place. So we're going to go west first. 476. It's going to be a 1 travel action. I'm going to spend 2 boost cubes to do that. And that's our 1 travel action. So we're going to move to 476, which is here, back of the card. Despite the rolling waters to the south and west, an island paradise sits above the tide. That's really cool. So I guess, do we want to enter? I mean, I don't know what we would trade. I guess let's enter. Plus, I haven't done anything with that book yet. So we're going to enter. So 476. It's enter the building through the front door. It's 2 cost. We'll take that. I'm going to re-roll this. I'll take the time. I don't want to have to keep re-rolling. Okay. So, a green sentient is standing by the window facing west. They don't seem to notice you. Go to interior 510. 510. A green sentient faces away from you in a seaside cottage. So in this case, only place we can move is leaving through the exit. So search, trade, assist, steal, or raid. Do I search? I guess I'm going to search because I can do purple really well. Or do I assist him? Maybe he'll give me something if I assist him. I can store one thing here for assist. I don't know why it wants me to fight people or steal stuff. Well, let's search. Just because I have so many places I can store things. So 510. Search as far into the interior as you dare venture. It's going to be a 4 roll. Which I can do. I can do 3 of them on here for free, basically. So we're in a really good spot. Yep. So I'm actually going to put this one here, this one here. So that's 2 boosts I'm getting. Return that, put that there. So we've done that. And I could have taken that and put it there. I could have, but I think it's okay not to. You're able to reach a bird-like creature without the sentient noticing your presence. Gain animal 816 and exit. Calmly exit 476. 476. So we're gonna get creature 816. So I just stole this guy's thing. Ooh, that's cool. Some like phoenix swan, fire swan, Dodoy. The animal is now loyal to you. Replace it with an animal. Okay, so if I get 2 boost cubes on him, I'll put him up there, and it's another purple. So I can take more purple actions. I guess that's what we're doing. It's taking purples. But we're going to be able to add boost cubes, and then we'll be able to make him loyal to us. So we're going to go back to 476. I entered here, so I have to leave. I did travel west to here, right? Isn't that what this was? Yeah, I traveled west. Do I try to go north? I think I maybe try to go north. Or do I go... Maybe I go west again. I'll go west. I'll go to 437. So I'll roll for that. It's going to take a health. I'll take the hit. So we're going to go to 431. Nope, that's 433. Whoops. Okay. 431. Holy cow, that's terrifying. Why would I do this? If this is your... This is crazy. What is this? What is going on? Okay, so if this is your first visit here, roll 1 challenge die in the center, if possible. Suffer the result and refresh the die, then go to one of those locations. 3 swirling water sprouts churn the water around the leaf eternal. Holy cow, that's nutso. Okay, so we're going to... Okay. We don't take anything. We suffer the result and then refresh the die. And then we go to 413, 723, or 728. Let's go to 413. 413. Which means I can go back there later. But, yeah, 413. Man, that was wild right there. Okay. Holy cow. A large lotus thrives among the seaside vegetation across the inlet. I think we smell, right? Let's smell. We have a lot of purple. Well, we can store 2 purples, and we're going to refresh likely anyway. I mean, if the action's greater than 1 purple, we're going to be able to refresh them anyway. So let's smell at 413. Okay, It's just one. It says smell the lotus. So we're going to roll and smell the lotus. Okay. And we'll store that here. Give ourselves a boost here. And then I think if at the moment in which all the there's nothing in the supply, we reroll. Let me just make sure I have that right. So when we would refresh the challenge dice, okay, for example, blah, blah, blah. Page 8, refresh. If and only if there are fewer available dice in the challenge die pool, then are the remaining costs, first refresh all dice. Okay, so we won't do it yet because there's no cost at the moment. So 413, it says, the lotus smells a bit like coconut. Gain 1 health from the purifying pollen, and you may also lose a curse. Well, I have no curses, thankfully. Okay. So I guess I need to search for these towers too. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. And I guess I don't know where that leaf elemental threw us because I don't know where I am in relation to everything else. So let's move 1 to 115. So we're going to re-roll all of our dice. We'll go to 115. Okay, and that returns. We'll go to location 115. Ooh, attached to a broken bridge at the northern edge of the steep cliff is an old building with stained glass windows. We're definitely going to spy here. We're definitely going to spy. Spy time. Spy time. All right, it's going to be 4. Spy on the building through the window. Okay. Okay, so those will go here. I'm going to take this and stick that there. This will return. This gets a boost. And then let's resolve this, and then we're going to do our Fire Swan. So 115. It says, through the stained glass, you see a room filled with maps, books, and crystals. Gain 2 boost and 1 move. You may continue. So 2 boost and 1 move. Okay. So before we do that, let's activate our Fire Swan. The animal is now loyal to you. Replace this with animal 16 or 1113. So this gets replaced. I guess I can set this over here for now. 1113. I guess I don't know what happens to the cube that's on him. But we have a loyal Fire Swan worth $8. When placed, put a cube. Scout. View, and then it's going to go here because that's where it was. View either one adjacent listed location or the cost to move to all adjacent unlisted locations. And then if we're underground, we can place a purple there. I'm really confused. Hold on. View either... Okay, Scout. So view either one adjacent listed location or the costs to move to all adjacent unlisted locations. So I can view the location. Interesting. Okay. When placed, this goes there. I don't know what happens to this because this hasn't happened before with challenge die or with the dice. I mean, it says it's in the spot until it's refreshed. But if a card is removed, what happens to the challenge dice? Whenever you instruct to replace or lose a card in your grid, refresh any dice on it, returning any boosts on it to the supply, return lost cards to the box. You can always have your character gain. You must always have. Okay, so this goes back. So was it this? I can't remember if it was this or if I put it back over here. Wait, this is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're gonna put that back there. Okay. Okay, that's cool. We can take another action here, right? Isn't that what we decided? I got so caught up in my loyal fire swan, I forgot what was going on. So we had spied here, and it said we can continue. Okay, so I think we might now want to... I can do a lot of purple, but I don't really want to do purple. Let's do a trade action while we're here, and then maybe from this we can move on. So we'll trade. So 115. Let's see what the cost is. Okay, we can trade for 3 with the occupants. I do have 1 orange, so I'll spend the orange and roll 2. Ooh, that's rough. We'll spend a boost to reroll 1 of them right now. Okay, I will take that as is. Okay. So the cartographers will happily buy any maps in your possession for their value. They can also sell you a map of the world's most prominent flora for $6, an elixir for $2. If you don't buy or sell anything, they let you borrow their map, gain their boat, so you can be more interesting when you visit in the future. So gain vehicle 1014. I guess I'm gonna get vehicle 1014. Okay, so I've got a boat. So when I'm on the water, if I do a move action, I can add that there. And then it actually adds, so this symbol lets us add another card to our reserve. We can by default have 1. And then we can fish. And then if I fish, oh, I can use that. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Got a little fishing combo there. All right. Do we move north? Because I can't continue. Now that I can't continue, I can't take an action here again, so I'm going to have to move on. I don't remember what led us here. Was it 413 that led us here? Yeah, it was. That's where I came from. Let's go... So 413 would have been sending me west or east. I don't remember. Let's go south. Let's see what this takes us. At this point, I'm just wandering. So 115. We're going to move south. It says descend. It's a 5 movement. Oh, gosh. South. Descend south over the cliff's edge. Okay. Well, we're going to spend this for removing 1 and spend this for removing another 1. So we're only going to roll 3. I'm gonna re-roll this. Okay, so that gets returned. That goes there. Okay, that was kind of a tough one there. So we went south over the cliff's edge. As you head south, you find yourself facing a series of broad, steep boulders. Go to 110. Oh dear. Whoops, I don't want to lose my spot here. There we go. Oh, this is pretty. Several animals surrounding a ceremonial display of flowers. They invite you to apply for their trial of beauty. Okay, we're going to mesmerize. I don't know if I want to do some trial of beauty, but we're going to mesmerize. Or are they going to mesmerize me? I don't know if I want to do a trial of beauty. I'm not sure that I qualify. All right. So it's a 5 test. Mesmerize a pattern. No, it's memorize. I can't. Maybe I don't know how to read. It's memorize. Memorize a pattern. So it's going to be a 5 roll. Okay. Okay, that's taking that one. That's taking that. There's a boost cube here. That goes there. That gets returned, and that's taking that for a boost cube. Okay, so memorize a pattern. Your impressive feat of memorizing memory impresses the leaf animals who welcome you to participate in their trial. Gain 1 help and continue with the help create icon. So we're going to get a help. We're going to do create. So I guess I have to do their thing. Okay, 110. Okay, it's a 6. Create a truly exceptional flower arrangement for the judges that delights from every angle. Only if you are welcomed as a participant in this trial. Otherwise, choose another action. So it's going to be 6. Ooh, okay. So we're definitely spending this to make it 5. And this refreshes, so we're going to roll 5 here. I can store at least 1 there, but man, this might be tough. Okay, that's definitely going there for a boost cube. That's definitely going here. I'm going to spend 1 to reroll this. That was a heart, wasn't it? Do I want to roll again? I don't want to roll again. So it's going to go this and this. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Okay. However, find card 1135, place it on the table and begin. You must arrange 4 different types of flowers, 4 stalks of each type into a grid. Okay, hold on. Let's do that first. So find card 1135. Oh, it's 1136. What is this? Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. Find card 1135. Place it on the table and begin. You must arrange 4 different types of flowers, 4 stalks of each type into a grid. All stalks of each type of flower are the same height, 1 through 4. Proceed to fill the grid with up to 4 stack tokens per square so that there is only 1 of each stack height in every row in a column, and be specific. Okay, so there. Okay, hold on. So let me reread. This is going to take me a second. Hold on. All stalks of different flowers are different heights. So 1 through 4. So I think we're going to use boost cubes to do that. Let me get some more of these cubes. Proceed to fill the grid with up to 4 stacked tokens per square so that there are only 1 of each height in every row and in every column. Specific rows and columns have an exact number of visible flowers when viewed from a straight-on angle, as indicated by the numbers adjacent to them around the edges. When looking at the bottom row from the 2 position, only 2 flowers may be visible. Keep in mind, taller flowers completely block shorter flowers behind them. When you are ready to present your flower arrangement, declare your heights of the green squares from left to right. See entry 110 in the Book of Secrets. Okay, so we're going to have to figure this puzzle out. Okay. So ultimately, I need to figure out what fits so that every row and every column has a flower of a height 1 through 4. And I need to declare what those green ones are. And then the other part is that specific in rows and columns have a number of visible flowers. So this has 2 visible flowers. This has 4 visible flowers. This has 4 visible flowers. And this has 3. So for this to have 4 visible flowers, it has to be 1. This has to be the arrangement. Because you can't see over a larger one, right? So this has to be this. I'm just going to use these as an example. So for this to be 4, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be the same with this one, right? So this one has to be 4 here. This has to be 2. Let me set this aside here. So we're going to get Book of Secrets for 110 after we finish this. This has to be 2. This has to be 1. This is saying there has to be 3. So this has to be 2, 3. This gets blocked. So the 4 would block everything because this is a 1. So this has to be 2 here. 4. That one gets blocked, and then it goes 3. And finally 4. Because from that angle, you should only see 3 things, and you wouldn't be able to see the 1, right? I'm having a look around. So this gives me the 3, that gives me the 4. This says 2, so this has to be either 1 or This has to be 1 or 3. But I don't know for the other ones. Okay, so I got to fill in some blanks here, right? This one has to have a 2 or a 3 in it to go across. So it can either one works because it has a 1 and a 4. This has to have a 1, 2, 3 in this one. This one needs a 1 or a 3, which can go in either one as well. And then this one needs a 1 and a 3. No, the 1 and a 4. So 4 can't be in the first column because there's a 4 already there. So 4 has to be in the other column. So the other green one's a 4, which means that the front one is a 1. So I don't even need to fill out the rest. So I'm going to wipe this all just right now, but the front one has to be a 1, that has to be a 2, and that has to be a 4. I think that's the right configuration. I think that's right. So 1, 2, and 4. I think that's the right configuration. So we're going to go into the Book of Secrets to see if we were correct. That was good. This game is crazy. Okay. So what are we on here? This is 1135. So Book of Secrets, right? Or did we go to 110? Oh yeah. So it's 1, 2, 4. Okay, so solution: succeed if the number highlighted in the rows left to right match the flower heights on your arrangement 1, 2, 4, which it does. If you succeed, gain item 1248, an emblem representative of the leaf's sentience, acceptance of you and your people. Also, if you have it, lose the leaf curse. If you fail, gain 2 random skills. And succeed or fail, lose card 135. Do I have 135? I don't. So 1248. Okay. Oh, this is 135. Doy. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to set this out of the game. Okay, cool. We have this leaf emblem. That's neat. Ooh. And anytime we interact with the leaf folks, we can do some stuff. When placed, gain 1 on... when placed, gain 1 boost on leaf cards in all grids. Well, I have no leaf cards, right? Nah, I don't. Okay. I need a spot for some item, but I guess I'll have some stuff in my reserve. Okay. Well, that was fun. Now, I guess, let's move on. I guess we can move to 111. We can move to 111. So let's roll 1 for that. Let's return. Okay. All right. The remains of a broken glass orb are entangled in the shoreline shrubbery, preventing the river from carrying into a waterfall to the south. We're going to inspect. Of course. I know all the playthroughs online have been so short, but we're taking our time with this one, I guess. We're going to inspect. So 111. It's going to be 2, inspect the broken orb. This is light work here. Okay. We'll take this here to gain this here. And this will go there. Okay, the orb is made of a shimmering glass-like substance, so it must have taken immense damage to break. You noticed trampled shrubbery leading to the east. Gain item 1194 and 1 boost. You may continue. 1194. I did say 1194, right? I just want to make sure I'm not tripping. Yeah, okay. So 1194 is going to be this sand and glass. We can craft it into a more advanced item or replace it with a glass trinket. But we've got that. So our grid is actually full. So for the first time a player does this, we can gain the Destiny 1705. We can continue, so we're still in this location. So I guess let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab that Destiny since we're already there. So survive until help arrives. This is goal 7. This is 1705. Whenever a player ends their turn, they may add 1 token here. If they do, they gain 1 on their character. The game ends if all 6 tokens are here. Read 1705 in the Book of Secrets. So this is a Destiny. I'm going to stick that right there. Whenever a player ends their turn, they may add 1 cube here. So we can add a cube there, and we can end the game basically. So we might end up having to do that and kind of just calling it after that. But let's take another action here and see what else we can do. We have no skill tokens. We're kind of at a little bit of a thing down here. So maybe we want to. I inspected already. I kind of want to move again, because if I move, I can refresh and then try to do some stuff with... I guess we could gain our personal objective with that. Okay, let's spend our 2 here to gain our personal objective, which is 1610. So goal, focus on a rune. If you perform a focus action, read from the book 1610 from the Book of Secrets. Okay, so if I do a focus action sometime, we can do that. Okay. So I think, we still haven't taken a turn, right? Because that's a free action using the boost cubes. I want to get some more stuff. So I feel like I need to get some more things or whatever. But I don't want to take some crazy action and not be able to push anything. So I'm kind of stuck. I mean, I could shatter and maybe like put some stuff here with that if I get some hourglasses. But I think we're going to end up moving. Let's go up to 116. So we'll move for that. It's going to be a star. I'll spend this to re-roll it. It's a star again, so it gets us a purple. Okay, so this goes down. And then it says, when any one of these tokens reaches 0, read the mission entry in the Take storybook. So it's going to be the mission entry, which is 1597. You travel to this planet for one last heist, but you are exhausted. Choose to complete. If you completed a destiny, read the destiny's thing, which we did not do. If you completed a mission, which we didn't do. If you feel like you had a fair shot at this incomplete mission at this time, move on for the game end. Take the knowledge you've gained and use it on future attempts. Or if you feel like your ultimate demise happened far too soon, you may rally to take one final chance. Refresh all challenge die, roll them, and gain the time, morale, and health results distributed. The benefits among all players. If any player stats remain at 0, the game ends. Otherwise, continue playing with all the dice refreshed in the challenge pool. Do we keep going? We're about an hour in. It's kind of a long one, so I think we're going to call it there. So that should give you a really good idea of how Vantage works. But I guess I lost. So if we were to retry this, I guess let's see what we would have gotten. So it says to, what does it say to do again? It said to refresh all challenge die, roll them, and gain the time, morale, and health. So we would have gained 1, 2, 3 health. We would have gained 1 time, and we'd have gained 3 morale. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, we could have done that. So I'm going to do that for myself, but I'm going to call it here for it being such a long video. So thank you guys so much for watching. We kind of did a whole lot of weird stuff. We landed, talked to this crying woman, or person, I don't even know if it was a woman, to figure out who murdered their spouse. Then we went to go steal a net from her house, or from their house, and then there was an amulet that we didn't find, and this was wild. This was wild, absolutely wild. So yeah, so I can't wait to play more of this game. So anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully we can make it a little shorter for the next playthrough, but there will be another playthrough very soon. After I get the upgraded components, we'll be doing another playthrough for sure. And maybe by then I'll have played a little bit more to kind of be a little bit more, I'll be a little bit better and a little more maybe sufficient in my actions and like doing things. So anyhow, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.